So, hello and welcome, everyone. This is the Love is Summit. And my guest today is one of my favorite people on the planet. I know I keep saying that, but she really is. She's kind of a magic angel herself in human form. She's someone that I met a couple years ago. One of the few people that I've really allowed to do. Actually, she did body work with me and she helped me clear some of my crap. So it was really amazing. So, welcome, Minette.
Thank you. I'm so
Yeah.
grateful to be here and part of this. Love is really what I've driven for my whole life. And then when I realized when I stopped trying to drive and try to make it happen and search for it, when I actually allowed it to be and remembered my true essence, it just flowed naturally. And so I'm so grateful to be part of this. And I'm so grateful for you putting this together for people to, be able to hear different people's points of view about what it is so they can choose and receive more of it in their own life.
And what you just said really strikes a chord because I was just getting an insight for someone else on if they stopped trying, everything would just come.
Yes.
And she was writing this beautiful book and I could feel her just angsting over how it was going to get out in the world, you know? And I know angsting's not a verb, but how I used it is. And then I said, I just got shown if you didn't worry about it, it would all be taken care of.
Yes.
It's fascinating.
It really is, because if we just let it all go and know what we know, it's our natural state. And then let it all go, know what you know, and step into the flow. Because when we're not, we're so foveal and focused on something with laser focus that we could be missing all the beauty and love and wonder that's all around us. So when we
Right.
really truly open up to the possibilities, we can receive so much greater and beyond anything we could think possible and hear.
And one of the things about being in the heart space
Mm.
is I just get like, just as I'm sitting here talking to you, Minette,
Mm.
I'm turned on to all the angelic beings around you and all the angels that you bring in and allow to flow through you to help people. Maybe just talk a little bit about that. Like if someone wants to deepen that connection, what can you recommend that they do?
Really, it's a vibration. If we looked at any of those beings, that all those light beings that really do want to contribute to us, remembering our essence and who we are and being here in love and contribution, if we can attain that vibration, they can so easily communicate with us. And when we actually start to choose, they're out there saying, wow, look what that person is creating and choosing. I want to play with them. And before you know it, your vibration shifted, and you've got this huge team of light beings just assisting you in creating the reality you truly desire, because you're contributing to raise the entire planet's vibration, but through yourself. And it really starts internally. If we stop looking externally for love and something to fulfill us, because someone can only meet us as deep as we're willing to meet ourselves.
Mm.
So even if that perfect being came along that could show us unconditional love, if we haven't gone inside internally to do the work and the clearing of what's necessary when our heart, mind, and soul's in alignment, then we'd have to make it wrong, and we couldn't receive it because that vibration would be so intense, our body would almost reject it. So if we start to really go internal and do the work inside first, and to me, love is our natural essence, like I said, our natural state. But this world comes along and we have charges or different points of views and thoughts and feelings that kind of make us contract.
Right.
Start to look around us at what's causing us or what we're choosing to contract about.
Wow. And being a mom, I definitely get present to like, when do I go into contract and when do I go into expand? And then I look at my children and now of course they're like all late teens now, right? And so
Mhm.
I know it's like time flies. And so I look at their energy and sometimes they're so contracted and worried and upset. And I'm like, that's such an interesting place to be. And I used to get so triggered every time anything would happen with my kids and I would contract, right? Like
Yes.
I would beat myself up and now I look at them when they go through something and I don't contract. I expand my energy out and I expand the love out and then I just let them go through it.
Yes, because it's so empowering for them. Because if we actually looked at everybody as an infinite being that's capable of creating their life, if we contract, we're actually limiting the energy of what's possible for them to create. But if we open up our heart space, we can just allow that energy to contribute to them learning whatever lesson that's arriving for them to, be the best them they could be on this planet. Because to me, that's what it's about. People talk about our higher selves as if it's something external. But what if we're
Right.
really here to, merge that higher self and be our higher self? Find that true beauty of us. And for me, true beauty is being you, the you that you truly were meant, that you chose to be here on this planet. And if we don't allow that to come, we're always limiting ourselves and making ourselves small. And I know I came to the point where I'm like, I'm not ready to live a small existence anymore. I'm ready to be out of my, everybody calls it the comfort zone, but I call it the discomfort zone because if it was really so comfortable, all of us would just have these amazing lives. But so what have we made so valuable about this discomfort zone of what's out there that's keeping us from choosing growth and expansion into this new level of receiving that, people like you and so many of the amazing people across the planet are really stepping into now. And in the beginning, it could be uncomfortable a little bit, but it's because you're discovering new parts of you, the you that you were afraid to be, the you were limiting showing up because you were afraid someone would reject it. And then when we stop to realize the only person that's been rejecting it is me. So what if I just got out of my own way and allow my heart to expand to the space that it's truly capable of being without my limitations?
And the other thing that strikes me, there's two things that showed up for me when you were saying that. And one is sometimes we'll start a movement or we'll shift, and then we look around like 4 minutes later and go, okay, well, I stopped eating chocolate at 3 p.m. Like, I haven't eaten chocolate since 3, so I think I should weigh like 50 pounds less.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, exactly. Why I'm not
I'm
50 pounds yet.
embracing my bigness. I'm embracing my celebrity status. I've been embracing it for like a week, and I'm just not seeing the result. You know what I mean? It's that simple thing. It's like I was looking at it the other day. Like it's like you inch, and all of a sudden you've gone like 17 miles. Like you've done inch, and then all of a sudden you look around and your landscape is completely different.
Yes.
It's like you didn't really even know because it was so subtle. But if you keep choosing the expansion, like it's like it can't not. Do you see? That's what I get with
I absolutely agree, because
yeah.
it is. If we're only focused on results or a destination, what beautiful journey are we missing unfolding and being with ourselves and discovering ourselves in our essence? It's truly magical. And to me, you really have to have gratitude for everything to be in that place where you just choose you and commit to you. Because, and just for you, just for fun, you don't even have to tell anyone, but just stepping up and saying, you know what, I have value, I have worth, and if I don't own it, know it, then why would anyone else?
That is the key when I look at like, because I published you, but when I published authors, what I notice is if they're willing to accept and love their work before it's fully commercially accepted, before this, before that, if they're willing to own and love the work that they create and its imperfection sometimes, right? When they're willing, the work itself will start commanding its audience.
Yes. Yes. And it's so fast. I mean, even just stepping into something like knowing your value and stopping to say, you know what? I have value. Are you creative? Are you courageous? Are you passionate? Are you loyal? Are you kind? And just really shifting your vibration and letting go of, like I said, victim thinking, and really stepping into what you give meaning to every day in your life. I know when I started off this journey, I was more of an away from person. I saw, examples of relationships in my life where I thought, I don't want to end up like that. I never want to be like that. I want to have more love. So I was running away from something. And then one of the books we did, From Survival to Thrival, I really had that epiphany of, wow, what if instead of running away from, you can feel that energy, I'm moving towards something. And I decided I wanted to move towards that heart space and that level of love and receiving that I knew I was capable of. So I started putting my energy towards that. And it was so fast. And there was several different tools that really assisted me in doing that. But like I said, it happened so fast. And it could be something as simple as, those exercises where they say to look in the mirror. I have an affirmation I love, and it's, I love and accept who I am. I am love. I share love freely, fully, and deeply. And I receive love fully, freely, and deeply because I am love. My essence is love. And just saying that, when I start to do that, really shifts my vibration, because
Yeah.
sometimes it can be difficult to say that to yourself.
Sometimes I look in the mirror and I just look at myself and I go, who am I?
Mm.
And then I go, who am I before that? And then I go, who am I besides that? And then I go, like, who am I? And then I stare into my eyes again in the
Mm.
mirror, which is so different, right? And
Yes.
I just sit there with that me of me, that essence of me, that
Yeah.
like wildness of me. And it's this thing of you that other people see, and it's so bright and it shines out and it connects you. It's like a nice, beautiful connectivity of you to people all around the world. And you don't really have to do anything.
No, you
Like,
just have to
so
be.
many myths, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, and even like you were talking about the mirror work, it's so funny. I have a lot of my clients, and even if you just stop to look at and praise yourself and be aware of yourself, of something physically. This is what I love about my body. This is something physically I love. Maybe a mental capacity. This is something I'm so glad I'm intelligent, or whatever this is. And really play on those layers till you really feel it coming in. Allow that love in.
I have such my head is so up my you know what about my intelligence, and it's just really strange, of course, that you said that, because I've been told I was intelligent so much of my
Mhm.
life, and I'm like, what is it fucking got in me? Like, so many people are like, Erica, you're so intelligent, and I was like, I don't know, like, I don't know how to take that. But I think if instead of like trying to judge it, if I just shifted out of that whole thing and said,
Yes.
I just said, hey, whatever this is I am, I love it. Like, not needing it to have meaning of translation into this or that, you know?
Yeah, not go into the thinking stinking mode. But we're so programmed to that in this world, not to receive compliments. Oh, you look great. Oh, no, no, I just do this to get. When someone said something, Erica, you're intelligent, you could see your body like wanting to resist it. You actually backed up. But if we stop to just say, whoa, I realized I just backed away from receiving some kindness and
I
beauty.
did. I absolutely recoiled when you said that.
Yeah. So you just touch yourself and start
Yeah.
with, I receive it. I receive that. Whatever that means, I receive that. And
Okay.
then your
I
body
received
starts to
it.
allow the vibration in. So Erica, you're intelligent and creative. I
I
received
received that.
that.
What do you think? I mean, really taking off from the same exact thing where we are, what do you think stops people from experiencing like connectivity and source? What do you think stops people from, how people start feeling just like lost or in their own little, like living alone with their dog? Or,
Yeah.
I just kind of got a vision of maybe some of the people listening, and maybe they're just lonely, or they don't like connect that well with other people. And, maybe they haven't really experience that sense of being understood, right? Like, we weren't that well understood when we were children. We
Oh
both
yeah,
had
I
a
got
similar
weird all the
backstory.
time.
Yeah, we were
So weird.
considered different. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember in the beginning I would recoil and be like, and now I'm like, I am. How does it get better than that? This is wonderful. We want to play.
You should see when Minette and I go out together. We have so much fun. People listen to us and they just laugh with us. They come over and they fuss on us. Like, the waiters, they love us. Oh my God.
And the universe just opens up these amazing passages for us where other people are doing frustration. Me and Erica are in the flow.
We're like, oh, sure, we'll take tickets. Oh, sure, remember, I'll win $1,600.
That machine wants to give me money. Yeah. It's truly magical. But I think sometimes we get stuck in that, like I said, that thinking zone, and we're not quite in our hearts because we just stop on that self-judgment. And if we really get what we're focused on, where we're dedicating our energy, it's almost like that away from. If we're focusing on, I'm lonely and I'm not connecting with people, that's what the vibration we're putting out there is. So that's what we're going to receive. We're going to receive that non-connectivity. We're going to receive that being judged, because that's the energy we're giving ourselves. So if we can start internally, like I said, stopping at that moment and saying, wait a minute, and start focusing on what we have, what we are, what we be, what we desire, moving towards something. Oh, I desire to be connected to people. I am worth knowing. I am a great friend. I am loyal. Whatever those words are that start
Right.
to get you in your heart space and instead of your head. So whatever you're focused on, if it's coming from here, stop, erase, step into your heart and start to say what you desire and put your energy towards what you desire. So you're moving towards, rather than away from loneliness, you're moving towards connectivity and connection. And I
Oh,
think a big key is knowing you've never done anything wrong in your life. So many of us hold those vibrations of blame, shame, guilt, fear, regret. Just what if you've never done anything wrong in your life? And just let that play for a minute. What if you only made choices based off a level of consciousness and awareness you had at the time? And now
I
we
I definitely I one of the higher messages of this summit, first of all, one of the highest ones is all is well. But then one of the other ones that's a key message running through, and I'm just amazed that you just kind of absolutely tapped into this ocean of it, is everything's happening for our highest and best. So that
yes,
we always go, that's happening for my highest and best. So we
yes,
don't have to, it's like we can stop judging ourselves for all of our experiences. So often I believe people in the self-help community, even, I want to even single out my own, tribe. I find that people judge themselves if they're sick, or right, or judge themselves if they break a bone or something. It's like, that's really not helping you very much to go into that self beating oneself up for whatever it is you're going through.
what if your body, that's the way your body upgrades? What if that's the way your body's building a new, stronger bone? What if, we never know. And if we limit it in contraction, we really limited the magic that could show up for the receiving. So I think it's key that we remind ourselves that no matter what choices or judgments we make, every experience is allowing your spiritual inner being to evolve, to allow that essence of you to come through.
When you say like love is our essence, like how do I get there to that awareness of that if I'm not there?
To me, first key is look at our brain like a computer screen. Everything you're saying, you're programming in there. If you're saying, I have no friends, I'm lonely, I'm stuck, your brain's literally like, I have no friends, I'm lonely, I'm stuck. Click, enter, program's good, what's next? So really be aware of what you're saying and what you're choosing, what you're telling yourself. So start to step out of that and stop. I'll catch myself sometimes and be like, that's interesting you're thinking that. Cute, not bright. And then I get it and I say, hold on, from this moment, what do I want to choose? And then I move towards what I desire. Maybe it's just making a list of things you desire in life and really standing that out when you get stuck in that mode.
Yeah.
Find
And then
something
all
that
of a
raises your
sudden
vibration.
you start, for me, like I love animals. And so I just always have. And the other day I just happened upon one of my, through the family friend, this woman who has all these animals she rescues. And so I ended up there because I was picking up my daughter from there. And I just started chatting with some of her animals. And we did some healing work together, just spontaneously, me and that woman. We just started doing this. And it was so fun. It was like I helped her with some of her animal issues because her animals were real chatty. And it was so interesting. And I have been asking to meet a place where I could help some more animals.
Mm.
And then it was just like the perfect location, the perfect environment, the perfect scenario. Seriously, it's like 2 blocks from my kids' school.
Wow.
I know. And when I met her and then I read her dog, she's like, oh my gosh, you have a gift. And so my sense of it is from that is that love is. Like
Yes.
we don't have to do anything.
No. And when we're in that, we flow with it, and it actually attracts those around us to choose more love for themselves. But those that are ready, I can't tell you the clientele and the people I have now that I opened the center. It's just the people that are flooding in are ready for it. They want something else possible. So the tools have been phenomenal of just them choosing you. It starts with you. All the
Well,
resources you need for love and happiness are within you.
so Minette, please take a moment and tell my beautiful listeners how they can find you and find out more about you.
Oh, great. Well, I'm here in Las Vegas, but I see clients all over the world. I do private sessions, and my website's internalenergies.com, but we're getting ready to launch Minette World. So welcome to the world of possibilities. And it's just been an amazing journey with you, Eric. I know there's been 4 books, and, it's been a thriving business. I have a waiting list now, and the center just opened, the Las Vegas Enlightenment Center. So it's really been a rocket ship of awesomeness since I chose to be me and show up in this world and find my true essence. And now
Oh,
I'm certified in 20 different modalities, so my toolbox is huge. So the people that are showing up to play are really ready for that next level of themselves, or ready to choose themselves, or ready to commit to change for themselves, for just more growth and expansion in this lifetime.
well, Minette is one of the most magic people I know. So definitely seek her out, and we'll put a link to her stuff right here. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.